Howdy folks, I'm Rebecca Jolly from Jolly Alchemy. Today here with a neutrino forecast, we are looking at Saturday, the 20th of September, 2025. Today we're going through the last day, the last phase of the left angle cross of the plane. So it's about that heaviness of being in the body, of carrying a body, of leaving our spirits, unencumbered behind and coming here where the dream is thick and reality has to be dealt with. We have these bodies, now we have to feed them, we have to take care of them, we have to protect them, we have to look after them. It's this weight, it's a burden. And the people of the plane are conscious of that burden. And somehow they find a way to do something in spite of that burden, which I find to be admirable. But yeah, so there's that. So this is the last bit of it, the sixth line of looking at this, the general grouping of the sixth gate. So the sixth gate is about conflict and interpersonal friction. It's coming off of this emotional center, and it's, oh wait, that's the wrong side. Emotional center here. And it's right there. Yeah. That's the 6. Yeah. Yep. There's the 59. There's the 6. Yeah. Sorry. Wrong side. And so we're looking at this where the 6 is already, it's incorporated in the body. So the overall feeling of the thing is, yeah, I got it. I've handled it, done it, been there, done that. What's next? They're at the roof and they're really looking over into the next yard. And of course, just for your information, the next yard is gate 46, serendipity and love of the body. So they're really thinking about that next issue and not really about being this expression or this role model of the 6 at all. What it is to bring about peace, to end conflict with sensitivity and reason. So this is something that they're not thinking about doing. It's just something they've already mastered. They've already handled it. It's just natural for them. And it's not natural in the same way as the second line is natural, because the second line is doing it and not aware of it, it's not fully incorporated. It's just the first raw expression of the thing. Whereas the 6th line is, I've been through all those other layers. I've done all the things. Yes, I know this experience. Cool. Now it's a part of me. Now I can move on to the next thing. So line 6 does have a down arrow on it today, and that is, in bringing about peace, the urge to dictate unacceptable conditions due to a lack of emotional clarity. This is, of course, coming off of that emotional center. So this is an emotional gate. This is actually the beginning, the actual motor of the emotional center. So all the waves of the emotional center, whether they're looking at feelings or moods or all the things that are happening here, are all initiating in this 6th gate, which is an awareness of conflict, the desire to mediate. They want to make connections, but they're so aware of all the problems that they have a hard time overcoming it. Of course, by the time you get to the 6th line, they're like, okay, I got it. I can overcome it. 36 in the earth is the other side of that, and that is the 36th gate here, also coming out of the emotional center. In order for us to be able to have experiences that we can talk about, we must submit, and the experience begins with a crisis. We have a longing for that crisis, which is coming up from the root center, and then when it hits 36, something needs to happen, rawr, crisis, boom, we have the experience. So, 36.6, justice. The knowledge that justice will triumph. In other words, that the crisis will lead to something good. Experience, knowledge, something that we're here in the human form to do. So it is ultimately a good thing, even though it feels like, oh my gosh, I have the gate of crisis. Am I just all about crisis in my life? You're about learning through crisis, learning compassion, learning how to guide others through crisis. Like I said, there's no judgment in human design, but there are some things that are more easy and more difficult to carry. And this knowledge of crisis or experience of crisis, depending on which line of it you carry, is going to be something that's a little more difficult to sustain and hold than, say, just like innocence or serendipity. So there we go. All right, the moon, and that's the beginning of our people energies, the energies that come to us more through people than they do directly. The moon starts off in gate 40, line 5. Gate 40 is coming out of the ego center or the willpower center, and it's that desire to bring resources into the community. I will provide. I'm hungry. I'm going to go out and sacrifice to bring things in, and that 37 better be nice to me in exchange, is how that deal works. That's the marriage deal, and that is overall globally the energy that has been supporting our planet. It's the energy that's dying out now. 40 line 5 is rigidity towards negative forces. So that's about the 40 has an ability to recognize what things are going to ask too much of that willpower. You're asking too much. I'm excluding you. You're out. So there's that going on there. When the moon is done with 40, it will go into 64. That's, of course, our awareness of confusion. That would be on this side here. Awareness of confusion, and then it will go to the trying to make sense of confusion on the other side of that same channel, and then the moon will come back to 6. So we have Venus moving through 59 still. So even when the energy of the 6 ends and moves into the 46 later on today, the 6 will still come back through this moon energy for a while and reconnect the 6 to the 59 again. So we are having today more of this energy of fertility, the ability to make that an electrical connection to make babies. Excuse me. So be aware. It's uniter time. It's baby making time. If you don't want to do that, stay out of bed. So, Venus hits at 46, line 6. Oh, sorry. That is integrity, to reject restrictions, and really about being fully in the body, loving the body, incorporating the body, and enjoying the experience. So after this experience of the plane, or in spite or in contrast to the experience of the plane, we're aware of the heaviness. 46 brings us this ability to be aware of the lightness. We came into these bodies to have some fun, to have some experience that we couldn't have before, to enjoy that life in the body. And that's really a lot of what the 46 is about. The Venus will move, this is 46, Mercury. Mercury will move into 18 after it's done with 46.6. 18 is this, of course, focus on the broken right here, out of the spleen. So it's very much a fear gate. I believe that's the fear of authority. I'd have to look that up again. But it's focusing on the broken. It's being able to see, oh, okay, I see everything that's wrong. These people we tend to think of as like nags, or they're always just like seeing the downside. But we actually should honor our 18s, because our 18s are the ones that help us achieve perfection. If your shit is all fucked up, take it to an 18 and go, could you please focus on this? Tell me what's broken so I can fix it. Because that's all they want to do. It's not about nagging for nagging's sake. It's nagging so it can get better. They just want it to be better. So it is a good thing, even if it hurts in the moment. Our activation in 59, we start off in 59.1, but we did cover that yesterday. That, of course, was our preemptive strike, our conquest, vitality to tear down walls. Today we will move into 59.2, which is shyness behind self-imposed walls. So as we're going through 59, this 59th gate here, we're talking about all the different kinds of intimate connections people can make. And the second is, of course, that hermit, the one who just wants to be alone and do its own thing, so it's shy. But oftentimes that shyness is paired with a fourth line activation, which will make that dynamic there be shy, 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 till it's comfortable, then it's bold. So Mars is in 53 at the start of the day. That's adaptability, the awareness that support is necessary. Now, the 50th gate is the gate of values. So here's where we're really experimenting with values in gate 3, or in line 3 of gate 50. I have this third line, and I might as well confess, I have definitely experimented with values. Is it right? Is it wrong? Well, let's do the wrong thing and figure it out. Yeah, it's a difficult way to learn. And part of my job as a 3 is to be a martyr, to try out those things that are wrong and to pay the price, to be punished for it, and then to go, okay, note to self, that did not work. So once I see somebody else doing that, I can say, don't try that. It doesn't work. Here's something that does work better. And that's why I'm in human design. I've made a ton of mistakes, and now I'm like, oh, I see. This whole thing with human design, learning about ourselves and being ourselves, that works way better. The third line, by the way, is also the line of being able to make money. It's a money line because we can turn those mistakes that we've made into experience that others are willing to pay for. So there is an upside and a downside to every line, every gate, everything. So if you think it's heavy and it's a shitty activation that you have, look for the bright side, because there is one in everything. We live in a dualistic world. So yeah, you're going to be able to see the yin and the yang, the up and the down, the on and the off of everything. And that's what our minds are there for, to see those differences, to notice the contrast, to make measurements, just not to make decisions. So connections today, we talked about this 59-6 happening, this very fertile gate here. So we need to be aware that fertility is happening today, and that will also be happening some tomorrow. There will be a brief time today. It's like 4 hours as the moon goes through gate 64, where we will have this channel also connected so that everyone will have full mental activation, not necessarily a connection to the throat, but our minds will all be able to fire there in this channel of trying to seek sense, trying to make sense out of confusion. So if you're confused by something, then today's the day to be thinking about it, because you're going to be getting from the neutrino stream that support to have some insights and some images coming in, some insight in the past to make sense of some of that confusion. Our song for today is People in the Middle by Michael Franti and Spearhead, because it's really about, I thought, using sensitivity and reason, not so much to end conflict, but just to not start it in the first place. It's more about, look, be sensitive, be reasonable. We're all here. We have the ups, we have the downs. We're here going through all this conflict, all this strife, and let's just be okay. Things are going to be okay. We're going to have experiences. We're going to fall down, but let's get up. Let's help each other up and recognize all the people, the little people, the big people, and the people in the middle. So those are our activations for today. The global sphere is staying stable. And so have a think about these things. See if you can see something in there in your life. And take it easy on the outside world, because this 6 and 36 energy is some difficult energy. So you will see a little bit more road rage, a little bit of anger, and it should be leveling off today as we have this energy of, okay, I'm like making peace with all of this. But still, go easy on yourself. You're trying the hardest you can, and so is everyone else. It may not look like it, but we all are. We just don't know what burdens the other person is carrying. So take care of yourselves until tomorrow, when we start into gate 46 and the vessel of love. Ciao.